Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Thursday night. It's been a hell of a week so far. My gosh, it is flying by, but it took forever to be able to say that. It was one of those wild ones where it's up and down and all over the place. But I can see Friday. That means I can see the weekend. It means I can see some writing time. I made some good progress at night after work on some book stuff. All kinds of stuff to talk about. But tonight, we're going to talk about, how about that new Superman? There's the title. How about that new Superman movie? Before we get too deep into this episode, we're going to talk about the last one, the dirty word one. That was one of my very most commented on and listened to episodes ever, by quite a margin. It was pretty impressive. And 99.9% of the comments were positive. There was a couple that needed some more, definition, wanted more out of the episode, kind of missed the mark a little bit, and that's okay. Not every episode is for every person, and that's the reality of it. Not everybody's going to get the same thing out of every episode. Last one that I did was more of a concept thing, not something I could discuss in great detail online without hurting people. Not interested in that yet. Warming up to it sometimes, but that wasn't the point of that. It was to show and demonstrate a theory and a concept, not to lay out the exact details of a story. It had nothing to do with politics. It had nothing to do with anything like that, but it's kind of funny when you see comments or you get the messages. If you see yourself in something, it's probably because you should. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not starting off this episode with any cuss words in mind, but if that's what gets me more listens, I know the fucking good words. I'm not going to claim this is an explicit episode either, so I won't say any dirty words. Tonight, how about that new Superman movie? Any of my standard followers know, and my loyal followers know, that I am a bit of a Superman fan. Have been since I was a little kid. I still have my original Superman lunchbox, the metal one, from when I was 5. And I haven't been 5 since about 1800s. I like Superman. I like the concept, the truth, justice, and American way. I like it all. I mean, he's the good guy in everything, and he's indestructible and will not stop until he solves the problem. Well, this new Superman movie was different. You go into each of these movies thinking, all right, Superman is here. He's going to save the day. He expects that everybody has a good heart and is always surprised when there are some that don't. And you look at that and go, my God, how naive can he be? Well, this one was the same. I mean, he had the same heart. He was here to, make the world a better place. But it started off with him getting his ass kicked. And it happened a lot in that movie. He continually got his ass handed to him, and I didn't care for that very much. The movie in general, if I would have been by myself in the theater, I probably would have left about halfway through. I was that disappointed. And what's not political, it's not because it was, quote, woke or any of that shit. I didn't notice that stuff. I mean, there's people are hypersensitive to all kinds of things. But to me, I'm watching, the superhero that I think is the best get his ass handed to him. He's getting questioned by the people he cares about and that he's trying to help. And he's looking at them like, I'm trying to do the right thing. I'm sorry I'm not doing it fast enough or the best way or the way you think I should do it, but I'm trying to help. Why are you so pissed off at me? I watched Superman go through this. And there were some new characters introduced that I was a little bit dubious of, but they ended up being great support characters, very, very strong characters. They were great in the movie. They were great actors, but their parts were powerful too. These were the ones I wasn't really counting on as support. Superman leads the way. These guys are usually cameos, but this guy, he's in charge. He takes care of everything. Well, not in this show, not in this movie, not in this scenario. The other guys are picking up the slack and kind of coming to his defense, and he's not used to that. Who are these people? Who are these guys? I've never met them before. I'm used to taking care of this shit by myself. Well, that doesn't sound like real life at all, does it? So we get all these people that think Superman's great. He's used to an environment where people understand him, know what he's all about, know his heart, know his core, know his mission, everything he's about. And they get some bad news, and all of a sudden they all dislike him. They hate him. Boo, Superman. Boo you. In the blink of an eye. And I'm thinking, my God, again, is this real life? Can't be. Well, yes, it can be. Because it is. It's a metaphor. And I'm very sure of this because of some personal experience here. The Superman coming in, the good guy or good girl coming in, they're there to save the day. They're here to help. It's a tough situation. It's always worked. You've built up this rapport with all your people. People like you. You like them. They understand you. Here's a new group with different information, and boo. They throw the oil can at you. Huh. Yeah, that's life. It totally is. There are people that will look to you, all of you leaders out there, that will look to you for leadership, and there are some that will look to you, not for leadership, but what can you do for me? And how quickly can you get it done? There's the difference. People that are seeking leadership will appreciate it and acknowledge it and recognize it right away. People that will see authority think, okay, this guy can help me or this lady can help me, and they can do it quickly because I've been waiting for the right moment to ask for all the stuff I want. Not what can I do to get better, what can I do to make this whole thing better, but what can you do for me? I want this. And if you don't do it, here comes the oil can. Boing, right off your back. The good news is the supporting cast that you never knew you had is there. They're there to help, and they're there to make you better. They're there to push you along a little bit, make you force yourself to be better, not make you better, force yourself to get better, force yourself to learn things, reevaluate, come at this thing with a different angle. There's no reason to come at the same, a different problem with the same approach. You need to be able to step back, take a look at why people are upset, why are they pointing at you, why are they throwing the oil can at you, and take a look at your support, your team, your justice gang, as it was in this movie. But look at them and say, okay, they see it. They see the potential. They see your leadership. They're there to help. You don't have to fight every fight on your own. Learn from them. Take their knowledge. See their tactics. Embrace them. Adapt. You don't grow if you're always comfortable. That's a fact. And this movie made me uncomfortable. I wanted to leave. I didn't want to finish it, but we did, and I'm glad we did because we had great discussions afterward and had very little to do with the movie itself. But one of the things I determined was, there's some young people that are neighbors down the way, and these guys they saw my Superman shirt, and they go, hey, what'd you think of the movie, man? And they both gave thumbs up, like it was the best show ever. It was comic book accurate. And these guys are in their 20s, they're kids, and they're all in on the show. They loved it, and I'm thinking, okay, what am I going to learn from this? This movie was built to bring in new fans. The old guard, people my age and up, are already fans of Superman now. Is there a risk of alienation? No. You're always going to be a fan, unless he does something ridiculous. But yeah, I'm going to go see the show. I'm going to support Superman and all the things. But this was built to bring in the new guard, new age, new kids. New market. Different tactics for a different audience. Imagine that. Can you imagine using that kind of philosophy in a workplace environment? This has always worked for me. I can't imagine why it wouldn't again. Well, it doesn't. It doesn't always. So you can learn, you can adapt, or you can sit there and pound your head against the wall and wonder why you're losing the battle to Lex Luthor. There is several different ways you can lose, but the main one is if you quit. So in this instance, in this movie, rely on your team, even though you're maybe not familiar with them and they're new to you, just as you're new to them. Lean on them. Let them lean on you. Work together. Find the new tactics. Maybe it's a completely different area, a completely different region. Adapt. Don't just go back to the office of solitude and hide. Don't just do that. That's not going to build you. It's not going to help your team. It's certainly not going to help the team that you have now, your new team that is looking to you for leadership and advice and guidance, and they're putting their hope in your hands. So don't drop it. I guess the moral of this story is don't abandon what's worked. That's not necessary because it worked for a reason. But don't be afraid to try new things. Don't be afraid to say, okay, I'm not in this alone. I got these new people. It's a new team, new heroes. How about that? Let them shine. Let them be the heroes. You can support. You're still good. Nothing wrong with that. Let the new people teach you some things. That's all I got for tonight. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for listening. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.